Hi everyone. I figured I should make a video to let everyone know that I am still alive. It's going to be a reading video, soft spoken mostly, of just some poetry and quotes and parts of lyrics that I like and want to remember. I'm going to begin with one of my favorite poems that I recite in my head when I'm stressed. I just recite it over and over again because it drains out any other thoughts. The title is A Paean. How shall the burial rite be read, the solemn song be sung, the requiem for the loveliest dead that ever died so young? Her friends are gazing on her, and honor gaudy bier, and weep, oh, to dishonor dead beauty with a tear. They loved her for her wealth, and they hated her for her pride, but she grew in feeble health, and they love her that she died. They tell me, while they speak of her costly broidered pall, that my voice is growing weak, that I should not sing at all, or that my tone should be tuned to such a solemn song, so mournfully, that the dead may feel no wrong. But she is gone above, with young hope at her side, and I am drunk with love of the dead who is my bride, of the dead who lies, all perfumed there, with the death upon her eyes, and the life upon her hair. Thus on the coffin loud and strong I strike, the murmur sent through the great chambers to my song shall be the accompaniment. Thou diedst in thy life's June, but thou didst not die too fair, thou didst not die too soon, nor with too calm an air. From more than friends on earth, thy life and love are riven, to join the untainted mirth of more than thrones in heaven. So therefore to thee, on this night, I shall no requiem raise, but waft thee on thy flight with a paean of old days. So that is one of my all-time favorites that I tend to recite over and over again, over and over and over, whenever I am not watching TV or listening to music to drown out the stress and the panic. This is the poem that I turn to. I have others that I love and I know by heart, but they're too easy, so I can recite them and still stress. So that's why I love this one, A Paean. Short one, two short ones. These are, well, the first short one I would almost kind of consider maybe my favorite poem. It's very short. First fig. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes, and oh, my friends, it gives a lovely light. Followed by second fig. Safe upon the solid rock, the ugly houses stand. Come and see my shining palace, built upon the sand. By Edna St. Vincent Millay. A quote. Actual happiness always looks pretty squalid in comparison with the overcompensations for misery. And of course, stability isn't nearly so spectacular as instability. And being contented has none of the glamour of a good fight against misfortune, none of the picturesqueness of a struggle with temptation or a fatal overthrow by passion or doubt. Happiness is never grand. Being average means you are as close to the bottom as you are to the top. This one is translated because I don't speak the language which the poem is originally written in. It's by Pablo Neruda. Forgive me if you are not living, if you, beloved my love, if you have died. All the leaves will fall on my breast. It will rain on my soul, all night, all day. My feet will want to march to where you are sleeping, but I shall go on living. Kind of an eclectic page here with Matthew Arnold, Dylan Thomas, Shakespeare, and Papa Roach. You never know where you'll find something that resonates with you. Some Kansas here. I love this little one. Oh, life is a glorious cycle of song, a medley of extemporanea, and love is a thing that can't ever go wrong, and I am Marie of Romania. Yesterday, upon the stair, I met a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. I wish he'd go away. I won't read all this. It is one of my favorites. It's long though. It's continued on the next page even. So let's read the first verse and the last. Okay? It's by Lord Vaux, Thomas Lord Vaux. The aged lover renounced love. I loathe that I did love, in youth that I thought sweet, as time requires for my behalf, methinks they are not meet. My lusts they do me leave, my fancies all be fled, and tract of time begins to weave grey hairs upon my head. Lots of wonderful verses in between. Okay. I'll read the last two. For beauty with her band these crooked cares hath wrought, and shipped me into the land from whence I first was brought. And ye that bide behind, have ye none other trust, as ye of clay or cast by kind, so shall ye waste to dust. Another one by the same poet, but it's just a part of A Quiet Mind. It's just a piece, my favorite piece. When all is done and said, in the end thus shall you find, he most of all doth bathe in bliss that hath a quiet mind, and clear from worldly cares, to deem can be content. The sweetest time in all his life is thinking to be spent. It's not all uppity poetry in here. We have some nameless quotes like this. The news is rich people paying rich people to tell middle-class people to blame poor people. Fourth branch of government. This isn't nameless. It's by someone called Paul Valery. God made everything out of nothing, but the nothingness shows through. I could make this a very long video or a short one. My battery life is telling me it's going to be a short one. Everyone knows Funeral Blues by W.H. Auden, so it's no use in reading that, I suppose. But it's nice. I have Invictus in here as well. It's cliche. It's, those classics that everyone likes, but it's for a reason that people like them. Okay. Here is kind of a bedtime poem. Maybe I should leave that for last. I have different languages in here. Currently there's 4 languages in here. English, Dutch, French, and Suriname language. Sranantongo. But I'm gonna stick to English for the video. Okay. This is something on a statue in Bryant Park, the William Cullen Bryant statue, of course. Okay. Yet let no empty gust of passion find an utterance in thy lay, a blast that whirls the dust along the howling street and that dies away, but feelings of calm power and mighty sweep, like currents journeying through the windless deep. And another famous one in here, Harlem by Langston Hughes. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? Before I finish, I'm going to take you past the start of my dark humor page. This is where I am going to collect humorous little quotes that are kind of dark in a way. They usually do not have a source. Sometimes they do. Like this one, which is a conversation between Lampy and Radio in Brave Little Toaster. Things could be worse. How? How what? How could they be worse? Oh, they couldn't. I lied. The glass is always half empty, and it's cracked, and I cut my lip on it and chipped a tooth. If I could drop dead right now, I'd be the happiest man alive. Samuel Goldwyn is quoted to have said that. This morning, I could swear my Rice Krispies said, snap, crackle, fuck you. And there's a light at the end of every tunnel. I just hope it's a train. Okay, now after that humorous detour, I'm going to leave you with this good night poem, which is called A Good Night. Close now thine eyes and rest secure. Thy soul is safe enough, thy body sure. He that loves me, he that keeps and guards thee, never slumbers, never sleeps. The smiling conscience in a sleeping breast has only peace, has only rest. The music and the mirth of kings are all but fairy discords when she sings. Then close thine eyes and rest secure. No sleep as sweet as thine, no rest so sure. No sleep as sweet as thine, no rest so sure. No sleep as sweet as thine, no rest so sure. No sleep as sweet as thine, no rest so sure.